Greetings, my lovelies. Hello, it's Emmy. Welcome back to another taste test. Today I'll be tasting some items from the frozen food section. And they are these. Now the packaging may look very, very familiar, but these came from the frozen food section. So this is Twinkies, these are Ding Dongs, and I have Snowballs. And by the packaging, they look like they're new. I had never seen them before, so I bought all of them. A couple months ago, I did another frozen food taste test. If you're interested in that video, I should put the link up here, along with a playlist link that will include some other taste tests that include Girl Scout cookies and Girl Scout cereals and other kind of product taste tests. All right, let's get back to the task at hand, which is consuming ice cream products. So since I have this one in my hand, let's taste this one first. So this is a Twinkies ice cream cone. If you've never had a Twinkie before, there's a little picture of it. It's a little yellow cake that is filled with a cream filling. So in that frozen foods video that I mentioned earlier, I tasted a deep fried Twinkie. So I'm curious to see how this one tastes in comparison. So here's my Twinkies cone. It looks a lot like a drumstick, and if you don't know what a drumstick is an ice cream cone that comes wrapped up like this, and you can buy them individually from convenience stores. It calls it a frozen dairy dessert cone. It doesn't even call it ice cream, it calls it frozen dairy. It looks like it has some cake crumbs on top and two different colors of ice cream. And it looks like the cone is dipped or lined with some chocolate. Itadakimasu. That's not bad. The cake pieces on top are a little bit crunchy, which I like. The ice cream itself is very, very soft, more like soft serve than actual ice cream. But in terms of flavor, it tastes just like yellow cake. It has a cloyingly sweet kind of vanilla flavor to it, a little bit eggy. And that's the yellow portion. Let's see if I can get to the vanilla. Well, what I'm assuming is vanilla. Let's give that a taste. That isn't vanilla. I think that's supposed to be representative of the cream. It just tastes kind of milky and sweet. Not vanilla at all. But there is a little bit of chocolate in there. Let's give that a taste. I like that better. That cone actually is nice and fresh. It has a nice crunch to it. Oftentimes when you get one of these individually wrapped ice cream cones, the cone tends to be really kind of soft and a little bit rubbery. This one's nice and fresh. It has a nice crunch to it. And it is lined with a little bit of chocolate that is very, very subtle. I imagine that the chocolate serves more of a practical purpose here, kind of lines the cone, keeping it from getting too soggy rather than giving it too much flavor. Yeah, this isn't exactly my favorite. I don't really care for the flavor of the Twinkie portion of the ice cream. I just want this to be a drumstick. I just want some peanuts and some chocolate syrup on top of this. But if you're a Twinkie fan, you may really like this. All right, the next one I'm going to try is the Host Snowballs. And these look like an ice cream bar on a stick. And they are supposed to imitate this little guy right here, which is the classic Snowball, which has chocolate cake, a cream filling, and a layer of marshmallow, and then pink colored desiccated coconut on the outside. Never really grew up eating these much because my mother wasn't a big fan of food coloring, so I always wanted them because I love the pink color, but I never really ate them much. It is a little bit worrisome when the first ingredient is listed as dairy product solids. Not milk, not cream, but dairy product solids. Good to read your labels, right? 5 bars. Whoa. Doesn't smell like much. If memory serves me correctly, the color seems to be a little bit different. It doesn't seem quite as fluorescent as the snowball cakes themselves. And it looks like it's a combination of the white coconut along with these kind of pink, almost like cake crumbs. I think what I found immediately very odd about this product is the softness of it. Like the Twinkies cone, the texture of the ice cream is very, very soft and melty, a little bit icy. And I love to bite my ice cream. I know many of you cringe when I do that, but I just love to bite my ice cream and my chocolate too. I just love the sensation. It doesn't affect my teeth at all. And this, for me, the texture is all wrong. In terms of flavor, it's pretty mild in the beginning. You don't taste much, a little bit of kind of milky vanilla sweetness. But then as the ice cream melts, then you taste the coconut, which I actually quite like. And you get the texture of the dried coconut as well. Now that I've had a second bite, you do taste the chocolate. It is pretty subtle, but I think the overarching flavor here is, of course, the coconut. I like this one a little bit better than the Twinkies, but still wouldn't buy it again. Ding dong, ding dong, ding dong. These look a lot like the Ding Dongs. Here's the original version here. And it is a bit of chocolate cake shaped in a circle, filled with cream, and coated with a light coating of chocolate. My favorite Hostess confection as a kid, and the one my mom would buy me as a treat, were the cupcakes with a little magical white swirl on top. Love that. I actually just like the frosting, to be honest. I really didn't like the cake or the cream filling. I just like the frosting. I love peeling that frosting layer off. It was the best. Anyways, I digress. Ah, that looks actually pretty appetizing. Oh, there we go. And it looks like there's a thin layer of cake, and instead of cream, we have ice cream. Okay. Initially, I felt this was very, very dry. The cake layers are kind of dry and crumbly, but then as the chocolate melts, the chocolate coating melts, kind of binds everything together, and then you get the ice cream in there, and then the chocolate flavor really starts to come through. It's pretty pronounced, and I do like that initial chocolate crunch too in the beginning, kind of similar to a Klondike bar. So I think this one is most successful in terms of being a reinterpretation of a classic dessert. It is a frozen confection that is new, but it definitely harkens back to its classic roots. Yes, this one works for me. Alright, so there you have it, a bunch of Hostess classics that have been transformed into frozen confections. Oh yes, my bees are coming. I am super excited about it. Thank you guys so much for leaving comments about wanting to see some bee vlog videos. I think I'm actually going to post them on my other channel because they're kind of not that food related, but yes, look for those bee vlog videos soon. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed that one. I hope you guys learned something. Don't forget to share this video with your friends. Follow me on social media so you can learn a little bit behind the scenes of what goes on in my life and with these videos, and I shall see you in the next one. Toodaloo, take care, bye!